Las Vegas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is... Some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. That'll be complete to Cook.
Murray's pass. Complete to Dalvin Cook.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everything.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker.
Intercepted. The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Fletcher Cox.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes, complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6.
Yeah, he will score. Touchdown AFC. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on the touchdown pass. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
The ball carrier.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Takes over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Running from the gun with Henry. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
AFC 7, NFC nothing.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
AFC 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by James Bradbury. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Tucker with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray. Right side to Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
48-yard line. It's a game.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. The 20! And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket, escaping the pressure, and he is in. Touchdown NFC. A 10-yard touchdown run. And AFC able to draw a bit closer. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the AFC strikes quickly there for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Just Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the NFC going to take a timeout their second. As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
At the 34-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Draw play. This is Henry. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Keenan Allen as the first half is winding down. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage.
Justin Tucker lining up for
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards there on the pickup, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're... Get right back to it.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Patrick Mahomes and the AFC ready to go on offense. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got
swagger
going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football. There's nice little video. He's seeing that in his head as well because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, usually it's a big thumbs up for his team.
Yeah, it's been a big highlight day for him. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for the AFC, and even 40 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3-yard line, got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Bad decision to bring it out. Ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Takes over first and 10.
Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Oh, it stays up. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
On the keeper.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Now, he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just...
Look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's a user, a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Finds his tight end Ingram. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackler almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Rolling to that. He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Hey, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10.
The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon will stop right around the 25. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Diggs on the tackle.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
24-yard line.
So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it again with Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Offside. Defense.
And obviously they want that run yardage, so they decline the penalty.
No doubt about it. Smart on their part. They finished off the play. But if you're going to jump, if you're going to commit a penalty, it's your job to finish off the play so you don't give up big gains like that.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
This is unbelievable.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
Oh, no.
So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. I would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
Encroachment. Defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. And they will take a knee here.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Today's final.
So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?